Well, it is the morning after that $700 billion bailout bill has become law, but still some in Congress say the government's massive bill is not the best way of handling this nation's financial crisis. From all in that perspective, let's bring in Congressman Scott Garrett of New Jersey's 5th District, who is a member of the Financial Services Committee. Good morning to you.
And it's good to be with you this morning.
I'm glad you're here, although I will say we know you voted against the bill twice.
Yeah.
What was missing in it for you?
Well, what was for me and a lot of other people was actually an element that actually improve the liquidity and the credit markets. And it's not just me saying that. It's, well, the stock market certainly didn't respond saying this was the answer yesterday, and nor do a lot of experts and economists around the country. They said the same thing, that the asset bailout portion really doesn't going to do anything as far as helping out the liquidity and the credit markets. They're still going to be tight, and there were alternatives. They just were not considered.
Okay, you put out a statement, sir, saying that you're wary of a plan with no guarantees that it is the best option, but with the economy so bad right now, the perception of something being better than nothing.
True.
Is there some validation to that?
Well, there's validation to that, but everyone agreed that there was something wrong. The problem on Wall Street is going to affect Main Street. We all agreed on that. We all agree we need to do something, but let's do some of the better ideas. And there were some that were thrown out, an insurance backstop arrangement and the like. But, you know, the White House and Speaker Pelosi, who basically came out on day one and said, this is our proposal, would not really open the doors to any other alternatives. They said, this is the way we're going to do it. Bells and whistles are on the edge.
Why?
Maybe.
Why not open the door to other alternatives? Were they worried that it might get bogged down in Congress and something not be done in a period of time that we needed it to get done, psychologically speaking?
They could have been, but realistically, when you come to Secretary Paulson did, he gave us a 3-page bill that says, give me $700 billion with no oversight, no checks or balances. You have to know that that ain't going to go anyplace. No. But it really did, because all we did was add some bells and whistles to it, a little bit of oversight. We were saying, let's talk to the economy. Let's talk to the universities. Can't we do something that actually addresses liquidity and credit?
Okay. I know that as of Monday, the read from constituents across this country, and I would include New Jersey's 5th District, was like, wow, we don't want it, don't want it, don't want it. And then they see what happens. The stock market goes down 777 points. What was the change in tenor at that point? Well,
at that point, because I voted no on the first go-around, then I began to hear from Wall Street constituents and a lot of the business groups and saying, you got to pass this, you got to pass this. But I would ask them, have you looked at the other proposals? And they say, well, no, we just your first question, we want something, give us something. And I said, we're trying to give you something a little better, actually.
Okay, you obviously, you know the ins and outs in the economy. What are your predictions and your hopes and dreams for what's going to happen and how this is all going to play out?
My hopes are that I'm wrong, that they're all right, and that tomorrow or Monday the stock market will fly back up, the credit markets will open up, and everything will be perfect. My predictions is that it's not going to work that way, that we'll have to come back revisit it. And as far as Wall Street is concerned, they got their bailout. As far as the public is concerned, what my prediction is the next thing they're going to get is regulation, 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 because Congress is already beginning that process. So Wall Street said, be careful what you ask for, because you might get it. They will get what they're not wanting here. Okay, from New Jersey's 5th District, Representative Scott Garrett, thank you very much, sir. Thanks, appreciate it.
And for more on just how the massive bill may affect you, you can log on to MSNBC.com. Of course, MSNBC is the place for politics, and we've got some new poll numbers to share this morning in some key battleground states. Joining me now from Washington, D.C. is our friend Charlie